I'm Indiana Shaputra, and this is my MEGN 200 design project, the Obnoxious Anti-Theft Package. This project is designed to deter thieves from stealing packages by using a means to detect the theft occurring, here a light detection, and two deterrents, the use of a sound alarm system and a stink scent. The objective is to showcase the lessons learned from MEGN 200 in order to assemble a project from circuit assembly as well as code from an Arduino set. And now I'll talk about some key parts. An IR sensor and remote, a photoresistor, a high torque servo motor, a battery pack as well as a power bank, a 130 decibel alarm system, as well as pepper spray? No, not for this video. Pepper spray is pretty dangerous, and I was going to test this on myself, and I didn't think it'd be wise to pepper spray myself. So instead, I chose Axe, which is equally not pleasing to be sprayed with. However, I couldn't really spray myself, so I decided to use a balloon to spray instead with Axe, and then in the contraption, I will poke the balloon with Axe spray as it dissipates into the air based from the servo motor. And yeah, that's how I did it. And now I'll move on to the code part of my project. This is a simple code flowchart of my entire project. To start the code now, if power button was pressed, then moves to the next step. If the IR code matches the set code punched in, then the system is armed. If not, the system remains disarmed and off. Now, if the photoresistor detects light from the box being open, then it moves the servo motor to move a certain direction to trip the entire detergents. If the pause button is pressed, then it moves the servo motor to disarm the detergents, thereby disabling the entire system. Here I've included screenshots of my code, including initializations as well as setup and loops. I have also cited codes that I've used provided by Professor Sturdy as well as Arduino worksheets. This part then goes more in depth with to see if the passcode punched in was met with the certain requirements, as well as seeing then if the system can be armed. Then this then will detect if the photoresistor will detect light at a certain threshold, then tripping the servo motor. But then if the pause button was pressed, then disarming the system. I used Tinkercad to recreate the circuit board online, including important parts of a photoresistor, the 10K ohm resistor, the power bank, the IR receiver, the servo motor, and the Arduino. And this is a more clear picture of the real-life setup. I'd also like to include a table of all parts involved as well as their individual costs and whether they were purchased or on hand. And these are all the total costs of all individual parts combined. I used the serial monitor to double check to see if the entire system is working. I punched the power button and punched my code. The code was then correct. I then go to open up my box, which then the photoresistor will detect light and the servo motor will trip my 130 decibel system, which then I will press the pause button, thereby moving the servo motor to disarm the system. And that was the review of the buildup of the entirety of the project. Now enjoy seeing this thief who was attempting to steal this package.